Hey guys, Tyler2K here. Season 2 patch is upon us, and I'm going through basically all the characters I play first, and then we'll move on to the secondary characters afterwards and kind of do the move change list, stuff like that. And then finally, the very rare characters I play, and then obviously some of them I'm not going to cover, Harong, Steve, stuff like that. If you want to check those out, please go to your favorite Harong Steve content creator or whatever. But I don't have enough experience with them to be like, oh yeah, this. I'll just be reading the patch notes to you. But what I wanted to do, I want to do something different with a character like Raven here. So rather than me look at the patch notes ahead of time, kind of understand what they want things to be done and kind of ideas like that, and that way it can better relate to you, I'm going to do this one completely blind. So the other ones that are still coming up will be fully, at least mostly researched ahead of time. But this one is more of a reaction, more of a let's find out what the hell they did to Raven. I know very few things about Raven in this latest patch. Actually, by just doing a quick combo, I found out something that's crazy. It's like, oh crap, that's a big change. So yeah, we are doing this like 85-90% blind, and this is my live reaction. And then also we'll do the breakdown and figure things out in real time. That way you kind of get a better idea of my thought process and stuff like that. Okay, so Season 2, Raven got some buffs to back churn, aiming to reinforce the trickiness of the character, which is a cool thing to kind of have him say. Utilize techniques such as Soul Zone and BT to engage combat. High degree of complexity, that's fair for sure. Consideration, the step, down forward 3+4. Okay, is that like our Snake Dash? Oh, that's kind of nice, down forward 3+4. This is really reminiscent to a character like Shaheen in Tekken 8, where they got rid of down forward for Snake Dashing with Shaheen, and they made it into an input instead. With that being said, I think Shaheen can still do down forward. Like for instance, Raven, I think, yeah, I can still Snake Dash by holding down. I did see a few things on Twitter where if you like are tapping your snake input, you can like cancel it, and it becomes kind of frantic. So for people who have muscle memory for the old Snake Dashing, it's not the best change. But that's kind of cool that he can now go into Snake Dash. Actually, we won't be able to show it here, but if certain characters have like long range zoning, unblockables, or high options, and Raven's like one of the only characters who can actually punish things like that. For instance, Lisa high missile arm thing. Yeah, he can Snake Dash under it and then go for an option like wall stand 1 off of Snake Dash, and then launch punish the opponent for doing what would normally be not punishable to any character in the game. So that's kind of cool they're adding this. So, okay, cool, nice. I can just do down forward 3+4 and then 1. Can I, for instance, like mash? Yeah, nice, I can mash. That's nice. Although, you see the problem there. We're in a sliding crouch dash. Now, if I was to hold buffer... Okay, no. So, maybe there's a shortcut for quicksand. Again, this is 90% blind, but I'm not seeing one. Oh, is the input for quicksand different? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, so I like tap it and hold it for like a second. Ah, okay, I can do this fast. Let me try this faster. Okay, nice. Now you don't have to do the sliding input for quicksand. That's a huge buff right away. And we're not even into this shit yet, right? Okay, so that's nice. Okay, additional moves related to Soul Zone, BT, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. Soul Zone 4, I know that one. Soul Zone 4 is safer on block. It's not only -14. Although I don't know what it does on counter hit, so this is completely new to me. Okay, back churn down 2. This is a move I didn't know about until 5 minutes ago, because I saw this on Twitter. I'm like, holy shit, yo, BT down 2? Yo, let's go, huh? Okay, what else do we have here? QCF 1+2. Okay, what did they do down? Oh, that's still the same attack, but what does it do now on block? This used to be punishable. Okay, now we're plus frames. Wall crush? No wall crush, though. Interesting. Yeah, what was interesting about this move, it was punishable with air quotes, but what happened, because he does a double strike attack, if there was like the first one hit and the second one missed or vice versa, it would be launch punishable. So you would never kind of see it, because this is typically a move you'd only ever use for like wall breaking. For instance, you do a hard structure like Nano Shadow 3+4 option into QCF 1+2 to break the wall for a lot of damage. But that's it. You'll never kind of see it. But now, if it's brand new, if it's like a pressure option and maybe high crushes, I don't want to horse in front of cart sort of thing here, but still. Okay, so 4+2 is no longer heat engager, and 442 has been changed to be a heat engager. Oh, interesting. What's funny is someone had asked me about Victor, and we haven't done the Victor video publicly yet. But it's like, okay, like, you know, they got rid of his Power Crush, but what do they have to supplement it? And Victor didn't get anything the supplement, but at least now 442 is faster and a heat engager. Let me go ahead and just test it really quickly. Can I heat dash cancel this? And it's like, I can, full launcher. And then, yeah, you Damic 2-1, Soul Zone 3-2 to your heart's content and shit like that. I have the game on full screen mode, not windowed. Okay, this might be a problem, but we'll roll the punches. Okay, so 442 is faster, a heat engager, and a launcher. I believe it's still safe on block. Oh, okay, no, it's not safe, but massive pushback. Now, if we're by the wall, okay, yeah, the pushback is non-existent. Okay, that's fine. Okay, forward on +2. Tracking performance has been enhanced only when absorbing. Okay, interesting. So I guess it's kind of similar to Harong down forward 3-4, where if you get hit during the initial animation, you'll track the second hit. Okay, recovery time has been improved, so no longer -14, now -13. As I said, I kind of got myself spoiled inadvertently. Raven might not be the king of -14 anymore. That's kind of good change. So while the Power Crush is gone from this, it's still probably one of the better Power Crushes in the game. I would imagine off the top of my head. Now that's only -13. That's really, really nice, because the thing of note is the range. Like, it has a lot of fucking range for what it does, so it's pretty good. So, of course, losing the heat engager sucks, but still, it's nice. Okay, hitbox, the second hit, adjusted to alleviate situations where it would whiff. Oh, interesting. Boredom +2 would whiff sometimes? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, brand new move. We have BT or Shadow down 2, aka Labyrinth down 2. Okay, he goes empty into White Hole. If I hold back, okay, empty into Shadow again. Same frame data, +4, +4. Okay, now if we hold down, is that Soul Zone? Oh, Soul Zone into FC. Whoa. Or not Soul Zone, sorry, that White Hole into FC. Interesting. So what do we have on FC? 20? Okay. Interesting. So at +4, FC down forward 3 would trade against Power Crush, but what happens on trade? I don't think we trade positive, right? Oh no, we would trade positive. Okay, let's test this. So, like I said, this is a 90%er. I know just a few things. So let's go ahead and do some testing. Okay, so same idea. I'm gonna go BT, and now FC down 4-3. Oh, he didn't punish it. Fuck you. Okay, where are you at? Punish. Okay, no, we don't trade positive. We're +25, but because we're stuck in animation, we can't use the frames there. Like, what's the best I can? Oh, what best line work? What's the best I can do? Oh, whoops. Dang, because I didn't hold down. Nah, I'm in FC, so maybe the best is possibly another full crouch 3 or something like that. Yeah, okay. So we trade positive in the sense that we get a second hit in there, but now that's bad. Okay, so instead you'll probably want to go for an option like wall stand 4. Which we get beat because Power Crush activates on 7. Okay, interesting. So it's like Quicksand's like 18, right? Yeah. Huh, I wonder what the idea for entering FC is. Maybe just taking the +4 into wall stand 2? But then, yeah, we lose the Power Crush in every sort of scenario. Okay, because I don't think, like, the way forward would be to transition, or sorry, to go for a throw off BT. Or off FC, my apologies. But okay, whatever. Nice little kind of cheekiness. Like infinite. Oh, there you go. That's okay, well that's BT, that's a little bit better. Okay, let me test that one more time. Oops. Sorry, new inputs, yeah? Okay, so no, he's left FDFA, so we can't pick up in that position. Maybe up 4-3. Oops. Let me try up 4-3. Okay, up 4-3 is guaranteed. Better than nothing, I suppose. Out of curiosity, I'm just going to do an up forward 3 plus 4. Wake up is different in this game, so this is probably not going to work. Whoops. I had a brain fart. Okay, up 4 3 does miss. So up 4 3 plus 4 misses. So up 4 3 is like the only thing you have in that position. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Soul Zone. Now possible to do Heat Burst during Soul Zone and do Pandemonium, which I think must be the Heat Smash, which everyone calls Hellfire, because he literally says Hellfire. Okay, during Soul Zone, you can do Shadow Sprint. Okay, so that's very reminiscent of like QCF1. So that means they brought back the QCF1 structures. Okay, I don't hate it. So in older Tekken games, he had Haze Stance off of QCF1, off 3 plus 4. And Haze Stance, arguably better than Soul Zone. But now he has this again, where he can keep entering into Soul Zone. Can I do it again? Okay, I can. Yeah, very reminiscent of like Tekken 7. Now, I did talk about this in my Season 2 predictions video. And now that because he can do Heat Burst out of Soul Zone, that is a huge fucking buff. And what do I mean by that? And god dang it, I was about to do Key Charge, but Key Charge isn't countered anymore. Shouts to Namco. Okay, so off of QCF1, we put them into a rolling state, but they're too far away for us to hit them. So if we go into Soul Zone, what you get is Soul Zone 3-2 for pickup, and then like Manual Shadow Line, or whatever the fuck you want to do, whatever. So now instead, the only issue with this option here is that QCF1 Soul Zone 3-2 is, minus 13 now, okay, not even minus 14 anymore. But there's plenty of frames to interrupt, right? Best case scenario, we're 0 into a 16, so they can 15 frame us for free, right? So what you can do as a Raven player, you can go for hit confirm, where you go QCF1 and don't commit to an input, and then confirm the Soul Zone 3-2 to try to get the launcher. Very inherent risk to it. As I talked about in my tier list videos, Raven's a character who you really need to be a robot to play, because a human, your mental is not going to be able to hold up for that long. Now, the difference, though, is now we can transition into Heat Burst, and we get a free attempt. We get one free attempt off QCF1, because when you do QCF1 in Soul Zone, you're +0. So that means every single round, Raven can go for this for free. At least. Like, at least for free, right? And we'll end with a little bit more meter generation on the tail end. So that's nice, that every single round, you don't have to worry about properly hit confirming Soul Zone 3-2. That's a big, big fucking buff. Super big buff. And as mentioned, being +0 normally off of Soul Zone, or sorry, QCF1 into Soul Zone, is now, instead of us being +0, we're now +1 at the bare minimum, or +2. Maybe the opponent goes airborne on his hop kick for 15. All right, let's out of curiosity, let's give him a shot. Let's have Jin challenge our Soul Zone transition with hop kick. Although maybe on frame 16 he's already grounded, but we'll find out. So let me put that on punish. Let's see what happens here. Okay, yeah, he's already grounded, but we're +2. Okay, maybe if you're playing against Victor, where it's like 19 for him to recover on the ground. Okay, maybe that. But okay, cool. That's awesome. So that's nice. Yeah, like I said, once per game or round, you're allowed a free counter hit attempt. So like if you don't know what to do, just do QCF1 into Soul Zone, in Soul Zone 5. And sorry, by 5 I mean the 5 button. Rage Art 6, for people who don't know, because people laugh at that too. Sorry, I come from Tekken Tag too, where 5's the actual button. Whoops. Okay, so that's nice. Yeah, that confirms my theory video. I'll give a shout out top right corner for that one. Okay, down forward 3 plus 4 as shown. That's basically Shaheen transition into Snake Dash. I didn't really mention it, but I kind of alluded to it. And hopefully it comes back. There it is. Okay, good. Hopefully it recorded shit. When Shaheen came out, Raven wasn't in Tekken 7 at that time. So if you look at the bleed over moves from a character like Shaheen and Raven, they had quite a few very common communal moves. So much so that Shaheen was basically a replacement for Raven. So while he wasn't truly a clone, and he had like a hop kick, for instance, a lot of his moves were still very similar, like 4-1 option, counter launcher, FC option, stuff like that. He had a different stance, so instead of having Haze, he had you know, sneak down or snake for him, whichever one, sort of thing. So he was kind of a replacement. So now that Shaheen got down 4-3+4, and now Raven gets it, it's kind of like, I don't know, passing the torch almost kind of feels like sort of thing. And yeah, my camera's gonna keep cutting out. Hopefully it doesn't fuck up though. Okay, so what do we got here? 2-4 during hit. So 2-4 for people who don't know, would, I think in Tekken 8 Season 1 transition automatically. Oh, look at that. It doesn't even transition automatically anymore. It now goes into white hole, and we're +8. Whoa, can I hold down to enter white hole into FC? I can. Holy shit, and that's nice because then you can always gambit with wall stand 2 for an I-13 counter hit launcher. Whoa. Okay, so if I do 2-4, is that the old snake dash? Okay, so that's what it used to do. The issue with the snake dash previously, and it doesn't tell us here in the frame data, the plus frames on this was dog shit. So you would enter into snake dash. So the only thing you can go for would be basically be buzzsaw QCF2. But you had no frames, so buzzsaw wasn't even a fucking option. Now it looks like you go into, like, you know, same thing. Let's go to 1 punish +10. We'll go into soul zone transition 5, right? That's a common sequence that we might see nowadays. So again, +10 situation. You can't beat the I-16 QCF1. And keep in mind, that's an elbow, so you can't even reverse it anyway. And then we get a free attempt for a heat burst. Awesome. Okay, and as we had shown earlier too, Soul Zone 1 can now transition as well. Oh, and then back turn 2-1, which that's not new though. And Shadow 2-1 into Snake Dash is not new, but maybe the frame data on it is better. Okay, so input up back 1-2 to perform Gatekeeper during Shadow Sprint. Oh, that's weird though. That's his 10 string, right? Okay, so they're basically saying you can diagonal cancel. So basically, this state, the Snake Dash, has typical diagonal cancel rules. So for people who don't know, out of FC, you can diagonal cancel. It's a term you might hear me talk about. So FC, you can do wall stand attacks. But like for instance, we're in FC, I can't perform a move like 4-1, right? Because if I do wall stand 4-1, we get wall stand 4. So instead, what you can do is you can do diagonal inputs to jump cancel effectively your FC. So then we get up 4-3, up 4-3 plus 4-4, shit like that, blah, blah, blah. So now they're saying they're better frames, and now you can explicitly diagonal cancel these options. Interesting. Okay, yeah, diagonal cancel up 4-3, which is nice. That's a natural hit launcher in this game. Up forward 4-4, I don't like that idea. Because a 4-4 is launch punishable. Oh yeah, but then like I said, the up 4-3 plus 4 is a little bit more valuable. Although both of them hit on 20. Now the nice thing with an option like up 4-4, it does have a little bit of tracking to it, and you can hit confirm it. Whereas a move like up 4-3-4 is now your just your standard counter hit or natural hit launcher option. Okay, so you can diagonal cancel Snake Dash. I wouldn't really call that a buff. Maybe I'm not reading enough into it, but a nice change quality of life if that wasn't the case previously, sure. Okay, Soul Zone 3 on block. Okay, let's go ahead and put him on block. Soul Zone 3. Oh, wow, into white hole. Holy shit. Bro, what? Into shadow? Now what's nasty about either of these transitions, right? White hole or white hole transition into shadow, is we have access to our one frame parry. And actually, I know that's one change. He now has a just frame parry as well. And furthermore, even if you don't want to go for a catch-all parry, teleport's more accurate. You always can go for Shadow Forward +2, which is your instant I1 parry that beats kicks and punches and shit like that. Only thing it doesn't beat in this game are hop kicks. So you do lose the hop kicks, whereas this parry beats everything, literally including heat smashes and shit. Okay, so let's back up. So Soul Zone 3, transition to BT, transition to FC. Like, that's nasty. The only kind of issue here, though, I have with like Soul Zone 3 as a mix-up is, right, aren't we... Oh, I take it back. No, this is not a launcher. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not a launcher. Now, under the effects of heat mode, So sorry, let me catch up. Okay, so this is not a launcher against a standing opponent. Now it's only minus 13, which is nice. Now under the effects of heat mode, I believe this is still a launcher though, right? Yeah, okay. Oh no, it's not. Oh, okay. So only mid combo that, you know, for instance, like that, we get our combo extension. Okay, so no, that actually is nice. So my kind of mentality was, you know, if you're making this move that's already a launcher and you're making it into a mix-up, what happens is kind of similar to a character like Shaheen or Leo. I've talked about them many, many times, where you'll go for an option like down back 2-1 hit confirm, but instead, let's say you want to do a little bit down back 2 snake dash canceling or snake cancel for a character like Shaheen. Now you hit him, but because you transition into sneak, you can't actually apply those counter hit frames or natural hit frames. So that's what I was thinking, like, okay, well, Soul Zone 3 is cool and all, but launching the opponent's cooler. But okay, that makes sense. If Soul Zone 3 2 doesn't launch open field, then okay, it's not a big thing you're missing out on. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, -4 to -1. That's super nice. Okay, after the move, 2-4. Oh, we kind of already talked about this. Standing position, back turn, FC, and then sprint. And yeah, there you go. You see the frame improvements as I was talking about. The frame data originally with the auto transition was dog shit, so they had to make it better. So that's good. That's a huge, huge buff. Actually, buff is not even really accurate. It's a fix. Okay, so we got Shadow back to 4, which is super good. I presume this is I presume this is still safe on block. What? It's better than safe on block. Okay, does this not jail anymore? It still jails? Wait, what? Oh yeah, so as shown, Shadow back to 4 is a high, but because it jails, you can't actually duck it. So what that means is they have to commit to it. And keep in mind, Shadow back 2 is a mid, and this is NC. And it's always been a really good move. The only issue with Shadow back 2, it's a little bit slow, especially in a Power Crush world. Shadow back 2 is not the best tool, and it has a lot of range too. So you have to duck it. Look at the range, man. It's crazy. But you duck it under it. Okay, but now +0 is nasty. That's nasty work. Okay, okay, so back to... Oh, okay, no, he's getting hit. I'm saying that's like cheating. Okay, +5. +5 into BT is great. So +0, forward facing, FC, back Shadow, and I assume Shadow 1 is still 8. Yeah, it is. So nice. Damn. That's disgusting. Like Shadow back to 4, like white hole into black hole, or sorry, into Shadow, and then Turnstile with Shadow 1-4, which is a wall splat. Oh, that's dope. Look at that, -9 to +0. Okay, out of curiosity though. Okay, so now what happens if we hit a mid combo? That's the thing I care about. Yo, what? Because there are situations where you're back turn and go like this type of loop, and you never could get anything off of it. But now if you're allowed to do a double loop open field and then hit confirm, I assume we could still land. Let's see. I don't want to get my hopes up too much. Oops, okay, that's cheating. We'll do the confirm. Okay, now we don't get that, but we can probably do Shadow 2-1, or at least Shadow 1. So let's try that. Oops. Okay, we at least get Shadow 1. Now let me do Shadow 2-1 instead. Woohoo! Okay. And then obviously from there, you do QCF1 too. Sorry. Damn, that's good. Okay, so where's the nerf? Adjust the distance on hit. Adjust its only counter hit. Oh, it's not NC. Oh, I mean, it's not bad. Sorry, I have counter hit on, so that's why it looks better. Okay, well, I mean, okay, it sucks that's no longer NC, but man, +0 is that's good. That's really good. Okay, so it's like a small nerf with like a really big buff. Big arrow, small down arrow. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Okay, one jab. Adjusted collision detection, with the opponent where it would whiff in certain situations. Hitbox expanded downward. Oh, really? This was a high jab? I don't really remember ever getting crushed during my jab. With Raven, I'd be like, yeah, that's definitely bugged. Okay, I mean, not really a buff, quality of life fix. I hate when they split like quality, you know, like buff when it's not. Okay, so this is the one I accidentally stumbled upon. So every single doppelganger is now minus 13. Every single one is minus 13. That is huge. Oops, not that one. Okay, it's still safe on block, by the way. Oh, BT. Okay, yeah. And Soul Zone 1-4. Oops, not. That's this one, Soul Zone. And then Soul Zone 3-2. Yeah, those are huge buffs. Minus 14. Now, granted, there aren't a lot of characters with 14-frame launchers. But yeah, the really big ones. I mean, Brian is seeming to be a menace in Season 2, and Lars is significantly stronger in Season 2. So we're probably going to see more of them. Dragunov lost his 14, so it's not a big deal against Dragunov. But at the same time, I think everyone would rather have a minus 13 rather than the 14 for the future, especially if it ends up being Josie. It looks like Josie's going to be, you know, spoiler alert, it looks like Josie's going to be the next DLC, which I'm fine with. But yeah, Josie has a 14-frame launcher too, so maybe this is preemptive work for the Josie release in summer. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so actually same thing, down back 2-1, 1, 2-1, whatever, 2-1-1, now minus 13. Okay, less damage. Yeah, that's important, because obviously, like an option like this. Whoops. Oh, I don't know what combo I want to do. I'll do 4-4-2. I don't know what I want to do. But basically at the wall, it's like jab, down like 2-1, full root. That's like his strongest option. Most damage, and now that they're nerfing that, that's maybe not the best wall ender anymore, sort of thing. Oh, Buzzsaw's quicker. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. Did I play a Raven last night? I can't even remember. But yeah, that's significantly quicker. Okay, and also improve the wow, that is, look at that recovery speed change. That's like unnaturally fast. Damn, that's a huge buff. Is this still like plus 14? Obviously they lost its launcher property. Oh wait, I'm off axis. Okay, still plus 14. So I assume 1 + 2 still works. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that's a huge buff. Buffing Buzzsaw, I'm all fine with that. I don't think there's any problem with Buzzsaw. Now it's more like a proper Tekken 8 kind of low. You know, kind of similar to a character like Leo. Except Leo down for 2 + 3, I think is still a launcher. Sorry, I don't want to rant here. Okay, wall standing 3 + 4. Oh, that's finally safe on block. This has been minus 12 for the longest time. And people would never know that. And if someone ever punished it, it's because they play Raven and they knew it. Yeah, that's huge. I assume this is still a launcher too. Yeah, it is. Okay, nice. Okay, big. That's a nice change to yeah, wall stand 3 + 4. That's big. That's huge. That's obviously a homing attack as well. So a very crucial move for Raven that would sometimes get you blown up. The nice thing with the wall stand 3 + 4, it has pretty good range and maybe not that good range. So nice. I'll take it. I think everyone will gladly take that. Okay, what are we at? Soul Zone 1. Reaction on hit has been changed. Oh wow, +8 on counter hit. What the fuck? Wait, what? Has it always been like that? Okay, let's turn off counter. Oh, down a little chariot. Oh, the blocking has... Okay, I'm gonna say that didn't sound right. Okay, so on block, it's now plus. Ooh. Yeah, maybe not the best because you're left and forward facing. I assume 2-4 is not a wall splat. Let's find out. Oh no, okay, causes wall crush. So I was thinking of like some sort of sequence where we apply like Soul Zone, let's say Soul Zone 1, and then 2-4, let it rock. Okay, so 2-4 would get us a wall crush for +16, it looked like. One more time. +16 wall crush into white hole. Okay. Obviously at +16, nothing's actually guaranteed. But yeah, obviously 1+2 would probably be the best thing to go for otherwise. Okay. Soul Zone 1+2. Tornado on counter hit. Interesting. That's a change I never anticipated. Wait, what? Oh, opponent counter hit. Okay, whoops. Like, wait a second. Ooh. That kind of reminds me of Bob 1-2 1+2. That's the same animation. Interesting. Okay. I mean, what's not to like about Soul Zone 1+2 being a counter launcher? What's nice about that is Soul Zone 1+2 by itself is already +0, and then from there, same idea. Either like kind of turn steely option down like 4, which obviously ever since the latest patch is a launcher with heat burst option, so that's a nice little change too. Kind of turn steel option, and then furthermore we have options like down 4-3, post +0, or full counter launcher, you know, so on and so forth. Pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. Fuck it, we take that. Okay, back turn 2-1. Oh, look at that, +1. Nice. Damn, that's a big one. So kind of similar to... Ugh, I hate this. Yeah, they changed something with the menus. It's really stupid. Yeah, you have to make sure your cursor's not on the screen. Okay. Blocking. And that was... Where are we at? Okay, BT... Okay, BT-T1. Oh no, okay, we're just safer, but similar idea applies. Down like 4, turn steel, down 4-3, turn steel, back sway if you really want to go for back +2. Okay, sure. Nothing wrong with that. That's a nice little buff as well. -3 is still the frame data you could do like power crush shot, so it's not a huge difference, but still it allows for better effective turn stealing offense afterwards. Oh yeah, I heard about this one. Shadow 3+4. -14. Wow, this move has been launch punishable since I think T5, since his first game. -14 now, that's huge. I assume this is still a launcher. Okay, new animation though, did they mention that? Okay, hitbox of first hit expanded downwards, okay, that's nice. Adjusted behavior on first hit to connect as a grounded hit. Oh, it does more damage. That's why it looks different. He gets stunned on the floor and then he gets launched. Oh, yo, let's fucking go, son. Enhanced tracking is second hit. Mitigating where it would whiff. Okay, it makes sense. And who at the same time, who cares? -14. And in a similar vein, damn, now if it's okay, so shadow back 2-3. Same thing. Expanded downwards, second hit less the whiff, better tracking, and it's also safer on block. Now, is this 100 scaled? It's 100 scaled? Really? Damn, dude. I was thinking they'd make it like 100 into a 70 like they typically do nowadays. Whoa, man, that's really close. Yeah, that's really close to actually confirming it. Yeah, I think this is like a pure frame trap, and this is what, 16? Yeah. So like some sort of BT entrance, maybe like a 3-4 sequence, and let it rock, or BT entrance post. I don't know. But at the same time, if it's -14, who cares? Damn, that's nice. That's a huge buff. That's like a double arrow buff. Okay. Wait, what? Shadow 1+2 now is a 6-frame pair, a 6-frame armor? What? Did they do this because of Lily? They must have done this because of Lily. That's the only thing I can think of. So Lily's BT parry was like overtuned, like right from the get-go. And I guess maybe Raven's Shadow 1+2 was just dog shit right away. What's important to note, you know, you get a ground flip option also by the wall. It's a full launcher. Where now I guess I can show it. You just have 1-2, and an endemic 2-1 option, which now does a little bit less damage. But nice, yeah, now activates on frame 6 for parry, or for armor, sorry. That's nice. Okay, Shadow back 3. Hitward or downward hitbox improved. Stabilize when using mid combo. Oh. Okay, so we're not going to get off that launcher still. But there would be structures, maybe like a back 2-3. I don't know, I kind of still want to do the same old one. I don't know. I'm sure there's a better combo somewhere. It's a nice quality of life buff. I'm not going to call it a real buff, though. Okay, after successful reversal, it's now possible to input back 1+3 to perform attack during recovery. Okay, I have no idea what this looks like. I have no idea if I'm even going to be able to do this, because this is a true just frame. So, in previous games, Raven had, I don't know what you want to call them, but he would have these just frame parries where you would do an attack, and if they hit you during the attack, he would automatically attack you with a special attack. So the most common one, like, you know, the animation was the Haze 4 animation, where he'd come down with the Haze 4. That'd be the most common one. But an option like 1+2, for instance, had a just frame parry where he would do a move that he doesn't have anymore. Haze 2, aka Death from Above, which used to be down forward with 1+2 as well. It used to be different inputs, like 1+2, down forward 1+2, and they got rid of it. It's been gone since Tekken 7, where Haze used to be Haze 2. So let's see, what is this going to look like? Okay, I'm not going to burn too much time on this, because there's clearly something I'm missing. Yeah, there's something I'm missing. Okay, please let me know what the hell happens in the comments, because I have no idea. I don't know enough. I just know typically during the back parry, you recover an FC, but usually you're like -22 or something. So people overcommit, and they'll go like wall stand 1 to punish them on the way in. But clearly something has changed. They say there's a buff there. I just haven't hit the just frame or something, so I'm not too sure. Okay, QCF 3. Downward hitbox has been increased, primarily stabilized behavior in combos. Okay, so it just hits lower to the ground, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Not the best example, but whatever. Okay, adjusted the size of the attack hitbox. Oh, interesting. So that's not really a nerf, that's a fix. I guess this used to hit back churn. People would try attacking you, and maybe he would auto reverse you, back churn, and kick you up in the air or something like that. Okay, same thing, not a nerf, bug fix. Okay, QSF 1+2. Adjust the behavior on block. Less distance, and now you're +5 rather than -9. That's a huge buff. Improve tracking on second hit if it lands. Okay, damage reduction. That kind of hurts, obviously, for the shadow back, 3+4 combo structures that we talked about, but not the worst thing. Reduce tracking on the second hit when it whiffs. Okay, so kind of similar to prominence. If you're able to sidestep it, you can sidestep it. You're good to go. Okay, sure. Okay, Soul Zone 4 for this move. Oh, look at that. That's now just a knockdown. I wonder if I can go for 4? Okay, flinch hitting option. +4, +13 though. Okay, FC down 4-3 is like the only probably guaranteed thing proper. He might have some other juice. The only thing you have to really know, up 4-3 is so slow in this game. 29, it used to be like 21 or 22 in older games. So like if we were still playing older games, like up 4-3 would be guaranteed. I think he could probably escape this up 4-3. So like I said, I think full crouch down 4-3 is the only thing properly guaranteed in that spot. Maybe maybe FC actual 3. I don't know which one does more damage. 9. Oh, okay, FC down 4-3 does way more damage. Okay, that answers my question. And then yeah, as shown, yeah, -14 on block. That's huge. That's a big one, obviously, because everyone's favorite Hellfire allows for the mix-up. Wow, new animation, by the way. What the fuck? They do the Hellfire. Hellfire used to, give you the mix-up between Soul Zone 2 and Soul Zone 4. But now it's nice. Okay, you no longer have the bad frame data on Soul Zone 4, so it's a little bit safer. Of course, playing its Jin, moot point. Okay, 3 slide 4, aka Chariot. Adjusted the move so he disappears when switching positions. Oh, nice. They made it so straight up he has no active hitbox during teleport. This is a new animation. He used to phase through you and you could see him teleport. Now he just actually teleports. So he's still punishable, but realistically, unless you read it specifically, you're not going to be able to launch punish them. So out of curiosity, let's go ahead and have Jin do like a can, because I think can would have a better chance of realigning. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to put him there. Second block. Put him on punish. Oops. Okay, teleport. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, completely wrong direction. No alignment. Okay. Back turn phase through. 3, 3, 4. Oh, okay, yeah, other way. That makes sense. Okay, recovery is worse, so you probably can't do much better. Same thing, he teleports through. Okay, so he 6 frames worse recovery. Reduce timing the transition to warp by 8 frames. Okay, so that's nice. But same thing, no hitbox when he's teleporting. 8 frames. I wonder if there's a world where you can like taunt for a rage art then. If you're ready in BT. Maybe that's the idea. I wouldn't recommend it, but maybe that's the idea. Okay, adjusted animation to mitigate instances where certain attacks would whiff. Yeah, that makes sense. So the Heat Smash used to have like a funky animation on it. So now, like when he does a Heat Smash, he's just standing there, so you can properly punish him. So that's a nice change. It is definitely a nerf, but it's a necessary nerf because, to be honest, it was a little silly. The Hellfire attempt. A lot of times you couldn't punish it at certain ranges. Now it looks like you will be able to. Okay, back to 4. Damage has been reduced. Let's see, is this still 14? Okay, this is 15. So back in the day, down forward 2 was 16, so you can never launch them. Obviously, a couple patches ago, like V109 or whatever, they added 4-4, which is your I-15 instant spin launcher. So before that, for 15, you'd have to back 2-4, and it would do a lot of damage. Actually, the old combo was counter at back 1 into back 2-4 was NC in Tekken 6, which is kind of a cool combo. But now, obviously, nowadays, you have Pendulum Kick on 15 or 4-4, which is the preferred 15. So, okay, I don't understand the nerf to back 2-4, but now it does less damage. Okay. Forward 3-2, okay. Not really a buff. This is a fix, and they didn't say that it's a buff. Now, forward 3-2 will consistently hit if they're sidestepping, because this is obviously a homing attack. And worst of all, it's also minus 14 on block. So you're taking a decent inherent risk by going for it, so it will no longer phantom whiff. Nice change. Okay, Dynamic 4. Expand the hitbox to mitigate issue where it would whiff. Interesting. So maybe... I remember something about, like, he would cross under them. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Hitbox problems during this animation. So that won't happen anymore. It's going to consistently hit. That's good. Okay, expand hitbox upward on back 2-2 of it whiffing when it gets blocked. Oh, interesting. And they're left closer to you now as well. So from the -3, obviously you have access to your parry, teleport, turn steel like Shadow down 3. You can go all in, false wall Shadow on 4. I wonder if by the wall this is still +8. Okay, it is. Can I do it again? Okay, I was curious. They made that. It makes sense that would work. I also want to try it. Okay, so it still has the +8 on it. Okay, Shadow back 4, or Shadow 4, that's the new straight kick. Expand hitbox to mitigate issues of the whiffing. Okay, that's nice. Increased collision detection downward. Oh, okay, I guess sometimes this would cross over them. I guess that's unintended. This should always leave them on axis or whatever. It makes sense because, like, when he does animation, right, he's not even barely jumping. and then he does a leg plant right away. So you shouldn't be able to go under him. That makes sense. Okay, FC down 4-3. Hitbox has been improved, so it doesn't phantom whiff. Expand hitbox, alleviating situations where certain attacks. Oh, so it's like a buff and a nerf though. Interesting they didn't call this one a nerf. Alleviating issue positional relation with the opponent, different than when intended when used near the wall. Okay, so maybe you would have some weird, funky crossover where same thing, you'd cross under them and they would tech over you, something like that. Okay, sure. Quicksand. Okay, expand hitbox or hurtbox. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So during the animation, he would do this sweep, and you couldn't actually hit him. So now, I guess you're more likely to be able to hit Raven during the startup animation. So that's a good change. It's obviously a nerf, air quotes, but necessary. Oh, really? You could do Orbiting Moon back turn? So this is his command throw, down forward 1+4, Orbiting Moon. Yeah, you could do that back turn? Yo, that's a tight bug. Too bad they fixed that, huh? Okay, that's it. For Raven, kind of some cool changes. I will say, of course, he's looking buffed. Like, I think all these changes, like, this is a nerf, but it's not really a nerf. That's, and same thing, not really a nerf who uses back 2-4. Like, these are just all buffs. I don't see anything that, like, that points out to me, like, yeah, this is horrible. Obviously, 4+2 nerf hurts, but the improvement on his frame data is so significantly stronger. Downward 1-4, all the doppelgangers now being -13 is a nice quality of life buff for sure. Okay, I would give him... I don't know if it's enough to really propel him. I think he's still probably a character who is going to require huge, like, robotic nerves of steel and reactions. I'd probably give him a 1.5. Maybe closer to 1 arrow up. So buffed, 1.5 arrows up. Raven definitely looking like a much more solid character. And realistically, he's probably going to get even more buffed in the future. So be ready for that. Okay, that was it. If I made a mistake, please let me know the time code to send mistake. Again, this one was completely cold, apart from like a few changes. So it's kind of cool to see the changes here. Come back for the Victor one, and then we'll probably do, I don't know. I heard like Claudio got some crazy ones. I haven't looked at Claudio yet, but we'll cover those for sure. Okay, see you guys next video all. Later.